Hi, I'm Gary from Marsh Decorators and I'm part of the Trade Decorator review team. Today I'll be reviewing these two products here. It's the Polyvine Exterior Wood Varnish, both in clear finishes. But before I do that, could you please subscribe to the Trade Decorator TV channel, click the bell at the top of the page and you'll be notified of any future reviews by the team. And there's also comment boxes below, always interested in your feedback of the products we review. So anything you think, just pop in them boxes there. Also, we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. if you want to follow us on them. Okay, back to this, a few facts. It's an exterior wood varnish for hardwood and softwood. Comes in a satin and a dead flat finish. Polyvine are the only manufacturer to make a dead flat matte finish in exterior varnish. So bear that in mind when you're giving your customers options for finishes on the external timbers. It's clear acrylic hybrid, especially formulated to protect against like ultraviolet light and rain damage, and it's also microporous, which is good. To achieve the protection of the UV, you need to follow this procedure. You need to put 3 coats of the satin on, then if you want a coat of the matte, the dead flat. But like I said, the work is done in the 3 coats of the satin. That's where it's, after 3 coats, it's protected from UV rays. And then again, like I said, the option to put the matte on. But you can leave it at just 3 coats of satin if you prefer the satin finish. But if you want the matte finish, which is again an extra option, you just put that straight on top. Okay. It comes in 500ml, 1 litre and 2.5 litre tins. The 1 litre tin is roughly about £25, and I think the 2.5 litre is roughly about £60, just under £60, which to me is the average price for a decent exterior varnish. It covers around 20 square metres per litre, and can I just mention, you can't use this on oak in exteriors, because those who know your timbers, you'll know oak's a very strange timber to paint outside, and this product isn't for oak, just normal softwoods and hardwoods. There is other products available for oak if you want to look them up. If you want any more information, you can go on the Polyvine website. There's loads of fact sheets and data on there to help you along. Okay, so the general application of this product, like I said, it's for new wood, but again, I would probably degrease and maybe give the new timber a light sand down to get rid of any contamination, because it could be lying in a builder's yard for God knows how long or wherever. Previously painted timber, you've got to strip all the remaining or the existing paint from it with a 60 to 80 grit sandpaper, so it's again gets rid of the previous paint surface before you apply this. When applying the varnish, as you would always just apply it like liberally, like build it up slowly type of thing, because obviously varnish is prone to getting thick edges and they don't look nice, especially the clear finish. The drying time is approximately 2 hours, the recoat time 4 hours, depending on weather conditions really, and the cure time is around 5 days before it's completely hardened off. Just to remind you that for the UV rays, give it 3 coats of satin. That's where the work is on that, and obviously, like I said before, there's options of dead flat matte finish on top. I'm using this product on an exterior table to the side here. It was purchased about a year ago, the beginning of last spring, and it was left out all over the summer and into the autumn, and it's really faded. It hasn't had much protection at all, so that's why we're reviewing this product on and trying it out on. And so I'll be showing you how it goes. Okay, so I've got the table here. It's previously been varnished or stained with something, so I'm going to take that surface off using my dustless sander. I'd just like to point out at the moment, obviously this is the exterior varnish we're using. At the moment it's -2 outside, hence why I'm doing it indoors, just so you know, okay? Okay, so the table's all been sanded, it's all dust free, and it's back to its original bare state. I'm about to start varnishing, put the first coat of satin on. Remember, it's 3 coats of satin, then if you want, a coat of the dead flat matte on top of it. So I'm about to start, and obviously I've been given these varnish brushes, as you can see they're quite thin, They're actually made for this product, so you don't put too much like varnish onto this on the surface. So we'll give this a go. Yeah, straight away you can see the grain of the timber coming through nicely. Again, put it on liberally, not too heavy if you don't want any thick edges and things like that. The varnish itself is like a milky finish, which is the norm for most water-based varnishes. Yeah, it seems to go on quite nice. Obviously this is going to a bare surface, so it pulls slightly, and no doubt when I put extra coats on it'll be more of a smoother finish. Just being careful there to wipe any thick excess edges off. See that, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but the timber, as the varnish goes on the bare timber, it's darkening slightly to show its natural state. You can probably see here better in this shot how it, you can see there how it brings the grain out lovely. And obviously this being a satin finish, this coat with being the first coat on bare timber probably won't have much of a sheen, because the first coat probably gets absorbed straight into it. But obviously the more coats go on, the sheen level will get that a little bit higher. So just make sure you're any excess varnish off. You can see a slight sheen there, but obviously it's still wet at the moment, but I imagine as more coats go on, the sheen level will get a bit higher. Okay, so over the last 2 days, this tabletop has now had 3 coats of the satin varnish. I left approximately 3 to 4 hours in between coats because it's a pretty warm room. And as you can see, hopefully by this picture, the sheen level the satin is quite nice. The timber stands out well. You can see it's a slight sheen there. Overall it was nice to go on as well in between coats. Actually the first coat when it dried, I thought it might dry look matted with it being bare timber, but even that had quite a sheen, so I was quite impressed by it that way. I've decided I'm going to try and put the flat matte finish on top of this, because I think I prefer that, because I'm one who likes wood to look natural, not with a sheen, but each to the one really, if you want to leave it that. It's had the 3 coats now, so it's UV protected, and so I'll get a coat of the dead flat varnish on top of this and see how that dries. Okay, so my outdoor table is now complete. It's had 3 coats of the satin, which gives it the UV protection it's needed, and I decided to go over the top with the dead flat finish, which is now dried, and it's a lovely flat finish, nice and even. Looks very natural, which I wanted, so that's turned out well. The use of the actual varnish brush itself that was supplied, it doesn't overload the paint, because if you know with varnish, especially water-based ones, if you overload them and in the corners and things, the varnish gathers, it dries white, which isn't very nice at all. So I'd say it's a really good tool to use with it. My overall opinion of the varnish itself is 9 out of 10. Nice application, and like I say, I'm more impressed with the dead flat varnish, because there's no other flat varnish for exteriors anywhere on the market at the moment. There's only Polyvine do that. So maybe just give that one a go. So my table now is ready to go outside in the spring, and hopefully I won't have to maintain it for another 3 or 4 years. I suppose that depends on the great British weather So yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed the review. Please subscribe to the Trade Decorator TV on YouTube and click the bell button and you'll be notified of any future reviews by the team, and we'll see you next time. Okay, thanks, bye now.